Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra.
Опа, Kingdom Come. Сергей, здорово. Да, получается, что Kingdom Come.
Dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimissimus debitoribus nostris, et ne inducas nos in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Так. Прочно, в смысле? Переключайте управление поворот замков между левым мини-джойстиком и большим левым бампером. Вовремя. Так, ладно. Новая игра. Поздравляем, ты умер. Да, давай. Что я хочу? Я хочу все. Так, ладно, только надо почитать, правда, что делать, я уж особо не помню. Так, это... Херово спишь. Ношение шлема с опущенным забором заставляет тебя нервничать, что ослабляет силу твоих атак. Окей. Кровоток сильнее. Снижает величину получаемого опыта. Твоя вынос становится медленнее. Окей. Это мешает стрелять из лука, обчищать карман, скрывать замки. Это окей. Глисты быстрее жрешь. Чаще хочется жрать. Шанс, что ты проснешься не там, где заснул. Это интересная штука. И когда падаешь, ты получаешь гораздо больше серьезные ранения, чем другие. Да, помню, как-то споткнулся на лестнице, сломал ноги. Было, да. Ладно, погнали. Надо бы еще проверить, мод перкоголик поставился нормально или нет. Потому что если нет, блядь, габелла. Печаль. Обидка. Ебать громко.
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher.
Да, как же приятно видеть 60 FPS в катсценах.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Подожди, я только сейчас отсылку понял.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Его батя сказал, вот что значит голубая кровь. То есть, по факту, его батя какой-то знатных кровей или мать? Или он, блядь, вообще приемный? Чё?
Henry,
Чему просто он это
get
сказал?
up now. There's work to be done.
Это реально отсылка к тому, что он из какого-то там важного рода? Чи ні?
come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
Что за игра? Евгений, здорово. Ну, вообще-то, как бы название написано. Сейчас бы, блядь, 2К22 не знать Kingdom Come. И его неебически долгие загрузки.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Так. Блядь, обычно я помню, я все через силу раскачивался, но я же нормальный пацан, поэтому я сейчас хочу с луком побегать. Потому что милишка в этой игре, конечно, прикольная, но в этот раз я хочу лов.
I went dancing
Dancing?
with Bianca.
Ah, that's why you're tired. But you'll still have to work today. Well,
Про
I've
что
got
она?
a
Ну,
feeling
это
there's
РПГшка.
something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
No, it's just Matthias was teaching me archery.
Archery? Do you want to become a poacher? Have you any idea of the punishment for that? And where did you get a
РПГ-стратегия
bow
нет.
anyway?
Просто
Oh, come
РПГ.
on. I've no interest in poaching. It's just a bit of fun.
Christ, give me strength. Just don't do anything stupid. For the love of God. Promise.
I promise.
Is father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain. But he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere as usual.
Matthew and Fritz aren't drunkards.
I never said they were, did I? And if I really minded you going for a beer with them, I'd have put a stop to it long ago. I was young once too, you know. And your father was no angel when he was in Kuttenberg.
Of course he wasn't.
You don't believe me? Ask him yourself.
All right, I will.
You're not a
Мне
boy
еще
anymore,
интересно,
Henry.
это
You're a man.
вопрос
And it's time to start acting like one.
про квест?
Yesterday you promised your father you'd help at the forge. If you made yourself useful now and then, I wouldn't mind your mischief making so much.
Can I get something to eat?
I left
Все
some
тут
breakfast
есть.
on the
Здесь,
table.
все
Help
тут есть.
yourself.
Даже больше. Просто
Do you need
проблема
me
в
to
том,
do
что игра
anything, Ma?
лагучая. Была.
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm
До появления
fine.
3060
It's
на
your
моем
father
компьютере.
needs helping with that sword.
Плюс я играю еще с большим количеством дебафов, поэтому игра обещает быть чуть-чуть хардкорной. Ну, плюс, в принципе, выбирая хардкорный режим, ты не только добавляешь себе дебаф, у тебя, в принципе, по-моему, отсутствует возможность быстрого перемещения, если я не ошибаюсь. Нету всяких иконок на компасе в плане квестов. То есть на карте ты их видишь, на компасе ты их не видишь. Что-то такое, если я не ошибаюсь. Ну, короче, будет много беготни, возможно, даже духоты. Но в целом геймплей очень интересный. Просто меня немножко заебывало играть 25-40 FPS. То есть, а с покупки 3060 я ведь так и не играл в нее. Так, что я хотел, что я хотел. Тут я помню, единственное, что очень ублюдская тема с этим, как его, со стелса убивать. То есть там есть вариант придушить, есть вариант убить. Суть в том, чтобы придушить, ты просто один раз кнопку нажимаешь. А чтобы убить, если есть кинжал, нужно зажать кнопку, и там идет каст. И это очень сильно мешает. На самом деле. Я хотел посмотреть, а можно ли это каким-то образом изменить. Алхимический стол здесь прям вообще охеренная штука. Компаньоны? Этого не помню. Так, ладно, что-то здесь нету этой херни, поэтому это печально. Коса все еще большая. Так, вроде лучше. Так, ну чё, погнали жрать, всё, что можно. Сейчас будем обворовывать собственную семью. По-другому в этой игре не выжить, увы. Погоди, насколько... Я вот не помню, тут, по-моему, если сытость набрать выше 70, по-моему, да будет плохо. Да, нормально, пойдет. Я только не помню, как здесь отмычку найти. Я помню то, что, по-моему, что про отмычку Перс говорит, если немножко обосраться в первом же файте. Так. Надо посмотреть. Либо перкоголик не работает, либо работает, потому что перк бой древковым оружием вроде бы такого не было. Был бой булавой, мечом, топором, стрельба из лука. Так, ладно, стрелка потом пожрем. Ну ебать, иди сюда.
At least you're up, that's a start. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh, that drunkard. That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure he'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzik's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Так, ладно. Первым делом за крестовиной. Она, по-моему, тут находится. А нет, значит, как кустов есть, но только, видимо, когда близко подходишь.
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzik, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and pommel. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
Может, еще что полутать где? Я помню то, что тут был момент, где можно было просто куриц, короче, нашинковать и мясца набрать по приколу. Только если тебя спалят, тебе дадут пиздов сразу же. А как мне помнится, получить пиздов отправиться в тюрьму на старте равно смерть. Так.
God be with you, Henry.
Муляжога мы нашли. По-моему, вот этот мудила должен нам денег. Понять бы еще, сколько у меня стамины.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
По-моему, с этим у нас нихуя не получится.
Look, I know things aren't easy, Wife ran off. Booze is dear these days, and you're as much use as a square wheel. It's no wonder you're short of coin. But a debt's a debt, and I can't leave here without something.
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then. Yeah.
Ну и чё ты сразу? А как блокировать? Я что-то помню, что ли? Блядь, он заебал в клинч ходить.
Курва!
Кто курва, блядь? Стамины мало. Да, блядь, че сразу клинч ты заебал? Халявный урон, блядь. Сколько можно пинаться, ублюдок? А, по ебучке, да? Ша, блядь. Ну да, конечно, клинч. Да ты... Как же, блядь, бесит это дерьмо. Просто делаешь удар. В итоге... Просто, блядь, получаешь халявный урон из-за того, что оказываешься слишком близко из-за удара. Так, ладно, сколько я помню, нужно к маман подойти, чтобы похилиться.
Ma? Ma! I'm hurt. Won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
Так, ладно, ебучку поправили. Просто сколько хорошо. По 72. Интересно, если обожраться моркови. Ну, да, чуть-чуть хилит. Там и мало. Ну ладно. Хотелось бы, конечно, побольше, но все же.
A locked chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into that. Fritz might have one.
По-моему, кроме этого сундука у него больше ни хера нет, и как раз таки мне нужна отмычка, которую должен дать Фриц. И как его там звали?
One beating.
But you still owe my father.
You got no. I'm telling you, lay one finger on me and I.
Больше подраться с ним не получится. По-моему, был ивент как раз таки, когда идешь в эту в таверну.
Hey, Pip, do you want to learn something?
No, I don't think so.
Этот дядька нас вроде мечом учит. Орудовать.
Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
It was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when her son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. But the world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes, but there's something I need to do first.
All right, I wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
На обычном месте. Кайф. Обычное место это какое?
You can't be serious, Dodge. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tatars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with
is
you, Henry.
opposed to your king.
I'm with you, Matthew.
So such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg,
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
and
Just
Wilhelm
listen and you'll hear
are
for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your deed will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but...
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do?
I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
Too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
А вот не помню, если выбрать самый первый вариант, они вроде помогут пойти и запинать Куниша, но дадут ли мне отмычку? Давай проверим. Мне просто интересно, что это вообще повзламывать отмычкой можно.
Kuna shows money to father and doesn't want to pay. I tried talking to him, but he wouldn't listen. I need more than words to get coin out of him, and I can't handle it on my own.
No problem. We'll back you up. Just as soon as we're done plastering Deutsch's house.
I'll be happy to sort out that drunken oaf.
All right. Let's go while Deutsch is still sitting safely in the tavern.
Hey, Henry's coming to see us.
Все, куда идти?
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check that the coast is clear.
Why? Deutsch is in the tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is.
Бля, как же я рофлю с этого
You got
тела.
her away somehow.
Why me?
Короче, чисто в пуху вообще.
Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
What do you want, lad?
I just went by the tavern and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard, that sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
He might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
Изи. Чисто в легчайший раз говорил.
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet! For king and country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now
А как же весело кидать говно руками.
Woohoo! Eat shit, doshes.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
It's like your old man was saying in the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Oh, sons! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbigniew? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
На прям в ебучку. Хорош.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
Так, ну это, it's time to fight. В этот раз, я думаю, получится лучше. Так, кто, блядь, ты что ли? Давай справа. О, пошел. Ща, блядь, ща. Так, этому напинали. Ну-ка, давай.
What are you doing? For God's sake! Stop right now! The cat's paw is on his way.
А чё?
Run, you cowards!
А зачем бежать?
Damn.
От пристава вместе с друзьями. Ну, ладно.
Listen, there's this locked chest I
Oh.
need to get into.
Really? And only straight not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him.
Так,
and I
вот,
wanna
мне сейчас,
take it
по-моему,
back.
должен дать отмычку.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
4 отмычки. Раньше их было меньше. Так, если я не ошибаюсь, то они прибегут сюда. По-моему, я примерно помню, где это. Я еще помню, тут можно было кого-нибудь из охраны придушить и забрать его армор, но
Good health to you, Henry.
это, блядь, нужно искать конкретного чела, смотреть, кого можно, с кем получится, с кем не получится и так далее. Это очень долго. Так что все раз я такой хуйней заниматься не буду. Можно было бы походить капусту попиздить, если не ошибаюсь. По-моему, мы с пацанами должны были встретиться вот за этим домом. Вон они стоят. Последний подойдет.
Welcome, Henry.
Well, we sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
I need a hand with Kunesh.
Sure, mate. You helped us, so we'll help you.
Let's get to it then. Kunesh, get out here, you old goat. I've something to show you.
What the fuck are you here for? You want me to take a whip to you or call a catch pole? Just try it, you old drunk.
А чё я, блядь? Ну-ка, блин, хуярь его, пацаны. Опа, блядь, в сумму попал. Изи. Причем таргет поменялся вообще на тиммейта.
Enough! I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
Damn. Я должен забрать его топор. И у него Катя. Забрать молот и гвозди. Красно. Ну и все, больше нет у него ни хера. В действительности. Что по сытости 66? Ну из козла пожрем, обожремся. Если обжираться, будем ловить дебаф. Так, а что там по квесту-то у нас? Журнал. Купить пиво, купить мешок угля. 10 мешков. 10 мешков угля. А вот. Здорово. Так, во-первых, мне нужно продать гвозди. Молоток. Ну, отмычка только одна. Давали же 4. Топор. Я получу 3,9. Мне нужны... Ты заплатишь 3,1. В смысле? А у меня 0. Не понял.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Naturally.
Можно, конечно, торговаться. Давай ты заплатишь мне 4,1.
All right, so.
Окей. Но каким хреном я теперь должен купить уголь? Если мне нужно 10, я должен буду заплатить 7, а у меня только 4,1. Не понял. Это на самом деле очень интересный момент, потому что раньше всего хватало. Не, конечно, могу ему продать 1 000 000 капусты, которые я тут напиздил. Лук. Я же их не просто так брал, правильно?
I'd like to discuss...
Aye?
Are we agreed?
That's better. Aye, that would do it.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Ah.
Here we are.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Your beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir. I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
The Deutsch is mouthing off.
Oh, don't talk to me about him. He's a good customer. But when it comes to politics, he's unbearable. The number of times I had to throw him and the others out so they wouldn't start brawling.
Well, I'd say he's in exceptional form today. I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanya?
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite Sabier Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
О, наконец-то дали шнапсика. Я помню, это... Тут, по-моему, можно было что-то спиздить раньше. Оп. Медовуха. Изжина. И вроде бы больше ни хера нет. Можно, конечно, ворваться в таверну, но тут делать особо нечего. По-моему, опа. Так, окей, игра сохранена. Хоть вспомним, как говно работает. Тап. По-моему, я должен где-то здесь найти. Оно не особо находится. Ага. Easy boy. О, плюс гроші. Можно попробовать эту дверь взломать, но какой смысл? А смысл-то есть везде. Ебать. Есть жена. Только куда я все это загнать могу? И могу ли? По-моему, тяжелый хрена с два мы сейчас откроем. Что может быть лучше, чем выбрать таверну, который работает как главного героя? Очень интересный вопрос. А меня в окно, блядь, увидят, если я буду взламывать сундук? В смысле этот замок слишком сложный? Он легкий. Я только что взломал двери, такой же сундук. Алло. Алло, блядь. Ладненько. Вот, алло, тоже легкий замок. Там, блядь, проблема. Блядь. О, ладно, еле успел. Что у нас в нем? Гроши. Сюда лут. Изи бабки. Так, ладно, надо, по-моему, бать пиво отнести, а то оно будет не таким холодным, и надо будет бежать снова. Надо посмотреть. Я вот не знаю, если... Ну, пока что я качать ничего не буду. Да вот в общем есть смысл аскетов качать. Или нет? Не, пока, наверное, не стоит ничего качать. Навык вскрытия замков. У меня поднялся навык, но не дался скиллпоинт. Ну, ладно.
What did you actually do in Kuttenberg?
Oh, all sorts. You had to be able to put your hand to anything if you wanted to make a living. But I was never far from iron.
I'd like to see Kuttenberg sometime.
I'll take you there one day, never fear. It's a beautiful city. But in the end, you'll learn the best places here by the Sasso. We've kind nobles, fertile land, and plenty of everything.
And do you know Sir Radzig well?
We've known each other long enough. About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Какой вариант диалога был?
Actually, there's one thing I forgot. Just give me a moment.
Get a move on. We have to finish the sword to...
То есть он не даст мне закончить меч. Я слишком рано еще пиво забрал. Получается, я в любом случае его проебу, он скажет не пизду и снова. Кстати, после этого можно будет засейвиться и хуй-то позаниматься. Говорил, что не буду, но тяжело удержаться. Так, ладно, если не ошибаюсь, то мечу мы обучаемся тут. Здорово.
So, can we get started?
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far. Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it. All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself. Very good. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Nice. The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times.
А рубящий удар. А, прямом?
Now you're getting it. Good. Good. Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Now you're getting it. Good. Once again. Now you're getting it.
Я попал даже. Интересно.
Don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work.
Так, ладно, what we have here. Почему отмычка всего одна? За их давали 4. Интересный момент на самом деле. Ладно, сожрем хлеб. По-моему, тут кому-то можно было попытаться продать краденое. Я вот не помню кому. Если я попробую продать ему, то он мне скажет, ты что, охерел? Я не буду такое покупать. По-любому уж краденое.
No, that looks like stolen goods.
Кому-то из купцов, я не помню точно кому. Так, это вообще типа только вещи. Бля, меч можно было прикупить. Будь бабки у меня. Угу. А кому, блядь? Кому же можно было продать? Самое интересное, что можно попробовать у них что-нибудь с прилавка спиздить, только за это по жопе дадут. По-моему, ей можно было продать. Только она будет говорить, типа, я знаешь, это краденое, так что, блядь, Да, подожди. Если я выберу так. Во, она говорит, может, куплю, но много не дам. Давай о цене договоримся. Да, давай. Так, сейчас мы, короче, ей, блядь, сбагрим. Слушай, напиздили. А потом напиздим больше и снова все сбагрим. Что может быть лучше? Сколько у нее денег? 39.
Trying to flog me stolen goods, eh? I see. As long as we...
Так, ладно, она предлагает за 8,5, но я предлагаю, как бы, давай за десяточку попробуем.
I'm finished. This is going...
Талант, ну. Дай. Димакок, здорово. Я так понимаю, это привет?
Trying to flog me. Let's agree on the.
That's a sum.
Ладно, нормально. Хотя бы так.
Goods, handy implements, and machines of every kind. Come on up and buy.
Вот интересно, а можно реально как-то аккуратненько его спиздить, чтобы он не замес?
Everything for the house. Garden and field. Knives, axes, rakes, hoes. Get the best right here.
All you need to tame Mother Nature.
Блять. Я хочу засейвиться. Попробовать спиздить.
Mixed goods, handy implements, and machines of every
Kettles
kind.
for water.
Come on
Baskets
up and
for
buy.
goods. And torches for the night. I have it all.
Are you looking for something? You know what my old man is like?
Ну и чё ты меня палишь, козёл?
What is your wish?
I need a few things. That's it.
Do drop by again.
Ага, смотришь шорт. Да, смотрю. Ну, он палит. Теперь не палит.
Everything for the
Ладно,
house.
пробуем.
Garden and field. Knives, axes, rakes,
He's
hoes.
stealing here.
Get the best right here.
Guard.
Кто? Я? Да не, вранье. Самое главное, быстро куда-нибудь съебать, а потом продать это говно. Сныкались. Будем надеяться, что меня не поймают. Что этот значок вообще означает? Где посмотреть? Во. Показать больше. Ну, это ладно. Это просто значок, то, что меня обозвали вором. Это не значит, что меня стража разыскивает, правильно? Что за игра такая, сколько играешь в эту игру? Во-первых, я только начал, я пару раз в нее пробовал играть, но на тот момент она меня лагала. Название игры написано, название стрима, но это как бы RPG а-ля любая серия Elder Scrolls. Просто RPG.
Fabric, thread, buttons, laces. Come, people, come.
You stop right where you are. Surrender. Take
Ага, а продать ей то, что я тут спер, не получится, да?
Insolent wealth. You were seen thieving. Well, you won't forget this in a hurry, because it'll take a...
Ну, вот это еще, может быть, сработает, как вариант.
Oh, come on, my friend. You know I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Cobbler, don't you?
I didn't.
Серьезно?
My apologies. Go ahead.
Seriously? Сработало? То есть я просто взял, спиздил подковы, которые я хрен знает кому вообще продать теперь можно, потому что она их не покупает. Бра. Кто-то играл, если играл, то как тебе? Ну, моба как моба. Очень приятная комьюнити. Никто никого никогда не оскорбляет.
Look at you.
Ну, ей тоже не могу продать. Ну, а смысл, что я их спиздил? Продать некому даже. Можно, конечно, попробовать пошароебиться по чужим домам. Везде замки сложные. И это проблема. Вариант, конечно, можно кого-нибудь обокрасть. Ну, типа этот. Ключи спереть. То есть 1.6 играешь или нет? Не играю. Wait a minute.
Fancy throwing a few dice?
Давай на ставочку в 5.
Your fame precedes you.
Так, надо вспоминать, как это играется. Я могу отложить вот это и вот это. В итоге плюс 200. Писать счет и бросить снова. Тайм. Ёбушки банки. Опа, изи 500. А вот то, что он единичку набрал, это, конечно, пиздец. Пожалуйста, обосрись. Damn, boy. So what we have here? 6, 6, 6, 1, двойка, двойка и... Стой, подожди. На двойку, четверка. Так, так. То есть нужно минимум 3 повторял. Ну, в принципе, так. Передача хода. Ну, нихуя ты.
No, I don't.
Стоп. По-моему, 1, 2, 3, 4 не работает, да? Ой, была бы пятерка здесь, было бы столько же, сколько у него, по-моему. Ладно. Да, камон, no, он как, блядь, набирает отсечки. Майен играл, то есть как 2-1. А во! Не, увы, не играл. Стоп, а чё это? Только, по-моему, единичку? Ну, пятерку, единичку могу. Ладно, как-то.
Now you.
Еще как быстро догоняет. Ладно, попробуем бросить снова, но, по-моему, мы сейчас обосремся. Нет, смотри, повезло, пятерочку. Он опять какую-нибудь хуйню накидает. Да, конечно, блядь, 3 пятерки. Да ты гений, блядь.
Finished.
А можно я также накидаю, нет? Нельзя?
Fabric, thread, buttons, laces. Come, people, come.
No matter. It wouldn't have helped much anyway.
Проебано.
Your turn.
Strong linen, delicate velvet, beautiful and functional.
Бля, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Где тройка, блядь?
Ah, come on. It's time I had a throw.
Красного душит рандом. Блядь, да вообще просто забей. Что за... Почему? Ну, типа он сейчас просто кинет, и вот он уже не обосрется, я уверен. Я вот плюс 3, мне 1000 надо, ему 300. Он их изи доберет. Все. Смотри. Легчайшая, 3 шестерки у пацана просто. А ты чё? Все. Ладно, 5 грошей проебано. Ладно, пойдем к бате, пускай наорет, что типа ты чё, охуел? Пиво тащи новое. Я думаю, пора уже выходить в открытый мир. Получать пизду.
About.
I have charcoal.
Good job. Where have you been with that ale? It's as flat and warm as horse piss. Go back and get me another, and you can pay for it yourself. That's the price of stupidity.
Ладно.
I'm back.
I can...
I need another pitcher of ale.
You want me to get it?
Aye. And a...
Good luck. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today.
Out of the question.
What the...
Ну дай пройти, ёп.
Fabric, red,
About.
I have charcoal.
Good job. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. This will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have we got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologise to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught, making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish, and what? You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Ебать, ножичком шлифует.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Что она ржет? Не понял. Погоди, а ведь тут был... Yep. Пачки. Easy boy. О! Сюда лут. А мне просто интересно, что еще тут можно до старта полноценной игры налутать?
That will do.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
God above, have you gone deaf?
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now, stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it. You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He
Да,
knows
он
what
же
he's about.
практиковался с
Learning his
мечом.
trade will serve him better.
Я понимаю, если бы он это сделал херово.
Perhaps.
Да?
But who
Типа,
knows
ну,
what the
плохо
future holds for
тренировался,
each
там
of us.
проебывал бы, там не
I see that you
получалось.
almost have it
И тогда он бы сделал, ну,
Just need to
херню.
polish, then
как
Henry will
ты.
bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work. Very
А если
fine.
наоборот?
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
Было бы прикольно видеть разные катсцены в зависимости от того, как ты выполнил те или иные задачи, скажем так.
How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Опа, ебать. Салам алейкум, получается.
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Closing! Move it, people! Come on! We're running out of time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates! Get running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Get through the gates! Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to tell Merc! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Сколько я помню, за мной должны бежать челики. Да ёп, вы, блядь. Подхожу к лошади, жму X. В итоге персонаж просто входит в файт и, блядь, моб уебывает меня через лошадь. А, ведь ожидалось, что это говно починили. Кого, блядь? Алло, а автосохранение нет?
Everything for the house. Garden and field. Knives, axes,
Так, блядь. Интересно.
I have good job. Where have you been?
Снова пиздюхать за пивом. Странно, обычно происходит автосейв, когда ты появляешься на той стороне, когда типа тебе нужно убежать.
You look.
I need.
You.
I.
God be with.
Ладно, еще по фасту пропустим.
Here you are. It's.
I have it all. What can I do for you? You know how it is.
Блядь, куда я бегу-то? Ёп. Стоп. Правильно я бегу? Может, по факту? Я тут кое-что забыл взять. Еще по фасту все скипнул. Охуенно.
Yeah. I have good. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us.
Так, как пропустить?
Here are those nails.
Thanks.
And
Just wondering.
we will.
Maybe we'll see.
Только что персонаж набухается, ибо бутылки, которые используются для сохранений, слегка алкогольные, блядь.
Pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Yeah.
Давай, конюха, блядь, беги. Там по нам сука ебошь. Насколько я помню, вот тут вот идеальный момент, где можно от них оторваться и при этом не получить пиздов лишних. Давай, беги. Я еще помню, их можно было заманить на горку. Туда в первую очередь прибегали те, кто пешком гоняет. А лошади обычно там стопались. Из-за этого можно было спокойно попытаться переубивать челов на земле и забрать с них лут. Но это очень душное занятие. Странно, что за мной летит этот чел с конем, но при этом он не стреляет. Даже не пытается. Блять, конь еще уставать начинает. Ага, а вот теперь он начинает стрелять. Окей, ладно. Дальше катсцена.
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose! Хочу! Усуньте!
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Да, теперь, блядь, нормально так. Ходим, как будто нихуя не было.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say...
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
You fled from scamming.
Так, сейчас мы отсюда еды напиздим и нажремся.
I'm sorry about what happened to you, but it's no excuse for rudeness.
Чего? Я жрать хочу. Ты что, доебалась? Нихуя, у меня понизилась репутация, потому что я сожрал, блядь, всю еду, какую только можно было. Нормально. Теперь перс хочет спать по ёбнутому. А где спать? Я чё, помню, что? Опа, сундуч. Дядя, иди спать. Опа, сундуч. Знаешь? Не похоже. А, вот сюда. Да.
What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper.
Ладно. It's time to sleep. Так, по-моему, нам не дадут нормально поспать, у нас раз будет ночь. Сначала тебя доебется, потом страшник.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
А ботинки так и не снял, козел, блядь. Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Не понимаю, что она подкатывает?
It's just what you need to help you
Че
sleep.
нужно?
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money.
Почему он сидит рядом с ней на лавке, когда он должен был сидеть на кровати?
Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik.
Я не понимаю, почему у меня -2 к просторечию.
I'd been secretly learning sword fighting and hiding it from my parents. So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy.
Ну, по факту не он убил его мать, а ее закололи.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
И сапоги так и не снял. Кстати, я помню, тут был очень угарный момент. Я только вот не помню, он будет сейчас или потом, когда закончится ночь. Там типа за стеной другие солдаты спят. Они, короче, типа храпят жестко. По-моему, если с кулака в стенку похуярить, они перестают это делать. Либо мне один раз так просто повезло. Помню, долго с этого угорал.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Кстати, по-моему, сейчас идеальный момент повзламывать личку здесь. Или не идеальный? Вообще не должны люди сейчас ходить. Все. Конечно, тут херня спизду. Не более. Мне вот интересно. А мужики спят? Спят. Где-то еще был сундук. Не помню где. Блядь, было же 2 сундука. Нет? Ладно. Вот страй. Мы сейчас можем этим разбудить мужиков. Блять. Да. Я не очухался. Вот очки. Изибой. Так, ладно, там-то надо было. Бэд, ты даже тут помнишь.
Join forces with Scarlet to wipe Sigismund's bastard off the face.
But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Бать минус FPS сразу в факелов.
Hey!
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Givish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Good luck to you.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storm in the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I can't...
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yesterday.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
I'll be with you.
Он просто стоишь, сейчас подходит непись, который скажет, что оказывается время можно пропускать.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you.
I will. Интересно.
Это брать могу. Бля, у меня почти перегруз. Беру. Интересно. А он мне вообще ничего не скажет, да? Wait a minute. У нас есть наверху. По-моему, как раз таки это сложно. Лук спиздить. Стрелы спиздить. Я ж лучников хотел играть. Значит, лук не понадобится. Из булава. Ну. Так, у меня перегруз. Это не очень хорошо. Не ждет, может. У нас есть? О, ага. Ух ты. Неплохо. Точно сдаем. Если я отсюда спрыгнул, ножкам будет не очень приятно. Очень сложно. И тут ну, все. Ладно, полезно наверх. Ты не можешь бежать, будучи перегруз. Понимаю. Вот это проблема, потому что, по-моему, тут в конце обучалки ты проебешь попросту все, что у тебя есть. Это надо где-то прятать. А прятать тут негде.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Good health, you.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him.
So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
God be with you.
Так, убирать факт. Помимо того, что его нужно... Так, ладно, бегать я не могу, но тут где-то был купец. Я же не просто так его сейчас показала, что он есть. Угу, тут нужна сила. Ну было вообще 4 силы нужно. И, блядь, серьезно, я застрял? Почти.
God be with you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the... Oh well. That's stolen.
Так, краденое он не покупает. И чё теперь? Во-первых, надо посмотреть то, что не является краденым, и напялить на себя. Так, как сравнить? А, ну вот. Эта штука получше будет. А, так они одинаковые, только это просто грязный был. Можно в целом надеть краденое. Станет ли от этого прям что-то мега плохо? Непонятно. Так, ладно, то надо ему продать то, что хотя бы не является краденым. А краденое попробовать стыкать в сундук, посмотреть, это хоть как-то вообще сработает. Ну и нахуй ты сел.
Can we trade?
If you've got... May the Lord watch over you.
Ну и, собственно, все. Угу. И никаких сундуков тут нет. То есть лучше, где я мог бы спрятать шмот. Сундук вот здесь. Ой, посмотрите, бесшумные туфли будут больше давать. Где они? Угу. Чем сапоги охотника. Ну и собственно, вот да. Теперь всю ненужную херню скинуть сюда. Лук я оставлю на всякий случай. Мне еще пригодится. Надо будет и стрел забрать. Хотя я из лука стрелять не могу, пока силу не вкачаю. Ну да ладно. Хотя бы разгрузились. Поэтому сейчас надо засейвиться. По-моему, тут не даст засейвиться. Он скажет, что тут просто спать. У меня шнапс осталось 5 штук. Ладно. Игра сохранена. Начало положено. Сейчас мне надо съебаться на пару часиков. Так что ладно, ребят, спасибо всем за присутствие. Вечерочком. Может, даже раньше. Еще что-нибудь